Well, good evening, everyone. This is Jeff from StockTradingPicks.com, and welcome to another edition of the week-ending market timing and trading strategy summary. Tonight, we're going to go through 7 charts or so, and we're getting some mixed signals from some of the items that we look at on the broad stock market. And we're going to start tonight looking at the advanced decline line, and you can see over the last handful of trading days, we really have seen a big decline in the number of advances versus declines, and that's kind of a worrisome aspect of this market. Although it's not hasn't turned yet, we're keeping an eye on that, and this is part of the fact that the market is sending us a little bit of conflicting signals. That this is a negative signal. The next chart we're going to look at is the percentage of stocks above the 50-day moving average. Again, you can see it's dropped slightly over the last week. We're still at a very respectable 70% approximately of stocks above the 50-day moving average, but we're seeing a little bit of deterioration. The line is now below the moving averages, but the moving averages have not yet turned down, so we're hopeful that this will not be a very deep correction or pullback. The next chart is the line for the 200-day number of stocks under the 200-day moving average. And again, you can see that the quantity of stocks above the 200-day moving average has slipped a bit over the week. It's still at a very respectable 80%, but we did see a move down in a week where the market moved up, which is not a good sign, but as of yet, not reason enough for a lot of concern. The next chart we're going to look at is the 5-day total of new highs versus new lows. This line happens to be quite encouraging. You can see that it's moved up sharply during the week. We're now at almost 2,000 issues ahead on the new highs versus new lows. Both the moving averages have turned up. Our line is above the moving average, so this is a positive aspect. So we've got about 3 negative and 1 positive so far. The next slide is the volatility index. We've talked about this a little bit. When the VIX goes up, the market tends to drop. We did hit a low here, so this was kind of a worrisome low in that the last time we hit this point, the market did decline rather sharply. You can see in the May to June, July time frame of last year that it did drop. The VIX is holding its own. The moving averages are still in a decreasing fashion, although they have flattened out a little bit. And you can see from the note right here, if the VIX is below the 10-day, then buying stocks is a good strategy. If it's below the 20-day, then certainly buy more aggressively. When the VIX gets above the 10 or the VIX gets above the 20, then it's an environment to short. We're certainly not there yet, and you wouldn't want to go short unless we have some supporting indications also. So we'll keep an eye on the VIX, but right now it's not giving us any big warning signs. On the weekly market timing chart, you can see that again we moved up for, let's see, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for 7 weeks in a row now. We've moved up. We've moved up sharply above this support line. We have not yet hit the upper Bollinger Band. The MACD is still moving up, but I would expect at some point we would see a reaction down to test this support line. So we want to be aware that that's a possibility in the future and trade accordingly. The last chart we're going to look at tonight is the daily market timing chart. You can see this week's trading. Monday was a very sharp up day, first day of trading in the new year. And then we sort of churned for 5 days. We had 3 sort of down days and 1 up days. But what's interesting about this week is that the volume has moved up. Unfortunately, the volume has moved up on the days that the prices moved down for the most part, which is not a good sign. An indication of potentially a pullback to come, but we will keep our eye on this volume and this chart, and we will keep updating you on our market timing strategy. So for next week, look for stocks that are in good pullback positions in long-term weekly uptrends. You can always come back to this website. We have our top stock picks issued on Sunday evening. That's a list of stocks that always is in weekly uptrends and currently going through a pullback. So you might want to keep your eye on that list of stocks for trading ideas, and register on our website, stock-trading-picks.com. We'll send you updates on a regular basis. And once again, thank you for joining me. This has been another week-ending market timing and trading strategy update. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.